everybody, how you doing? This is Madhvi from taroticallyspeaking.com, and I know I've been a little MIA from YouTube for a while. Well, I really have no excuses except that life happened. It's the summer and my mom needs help with stuff around the house and the garden, and because she's a heart patient and she can't lift heavy things and go dig stuff in the garden, and I guess I'm the only one around to do that for her. Anyway, this the video, that the reason I'm making this video is because I was very amazingly inspired. I've been doing this tarot nerds challenge on Instagram because I'm a tarot nerd. Well, yes, I am. So I've been doing this challenge, and in that challenge, we were asked to share our favorite spread, and mine was this variation of the traditional 9 card box spread that Lenormand people always end up using. See, this is you'll find the spread in this book, The Essential Lenormand by Rana George. It's an excellent book, right? This is like a virtual, not a virtual, it's an actual encyclopedia of everything Lenormand. And this is the spread, really. It's just 9 cards, but you have to arrange them in this way, 3 by 3. And this spread is amazing. Okay, so I have kind of adapted it to do my general readings and to do readings about very specific topics. So it's kind of a multi-purpose spread. So today in this video, I'm going to show you how to do that spread. So it's a little bit of a jump because all I've been doing recently, I think what I've been doing is doing 3-card spreads or maybe 5-card spreads. But suddenly now we have a 9-card spread. But I just wanted to share with you how I do it. And of course, as you can see, I'm going to use my Dreaming Way Tarot with the Dreaming Way Lenormand to do this spread. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go shuffle the cards and, lay them out because, I don't want to bore you with the whole long shuffling thing. And I will be right back with the spread all drawn out, and then I will explain it to you, and then we will see how we can sort of interpret it with a few examples and everything. Okay, I'll be right back. So for the spread, the first thing I draw is from my tarot cards, 4 cards, actually 5, but that's kind of how I've started doing it now. But it started with 4 cards, and these are the 4 corner cards. All right, so that's what I do. Let's pull out any random corner cards here. Okay, this one. All right, and very recently I've also started pulling out the whatchamacallit, the center cards, so I'll pull that out as well. And let me gather the deck together. Wow, this is quite an interesting exercise with the whole tripod and everything around you. So this is what I also do. Once I've gathered the deck back after pulling out the cards, I look at the cards below, right? Now if there's a code card, right, I also look at the card after that. Now this is not a code card, which is good, but if it were, I would look at the card after that as well. So I take these 2 cards, I'll put them up here. I'll have to move things around so you can see. But then I also look at the card on top here. And now that's not a code card either, so good. So I like to call these cards the environment card, or what traditionally, well, I like to call them my sky cards, but these are the environment cards. Okay, so we'll be using that in the interpretation as well. And then I'm gonna, this is my Dreaming Way Lenormand, and what I normally do with the Dreaming Way Lenormand, I don't know, that's how it's come to me with the Lenormand, is that I keep shuffling until I feel that it's ready to give me the answers. So for this round, for this particular example, all I'm doing is a general reading, Even I don't know what's gonna show up. Okay, so I'll keep shuffling until the cards are ready. And one more round. There we go. Okay, and then what I do is I pull out the cards like so, just from the top. That's how I do it with my Lenormand. Okay, and I don't see the bottom cards for that. So this is the spread. So the tripod is a little bit wonky, so I'm going to just arrange this so everything sort of fits in the camera frame. And so I will be right back. Okay, so I really hope that I've managed to fit everything in here. So I'm just going to move these cards around to see if hopefully you can see them. All right, so let's begin. All right, this is, oh, okay, forgive me. This is what happens when you don't make videos for a while. You lose your practice. Yes, so this is how this spread is actually laid out. I pull out the corner cards first, then I pull out the center card, then I pull out my Lenormand cards and lay them out like that. Now with the Lenormand, I know maybe there are some of you who have not read the Lenormand or who don't know how to read the Lenormand, but then there probably are some of you who know how to read it. So just a very simple rule to go by with the Lenormand is that the next card qualifies the first card. So if this is one card, then this card will sort of describe this card, and this card, the third card in the line, will describe this card. It's very literal, and it's very precise and specific. It's not like the tarot where you can get into the image and the symbolism. Okay, just remember that, so you don't get lost while I'm reading with these cards if you're not into the Lenormand. You can also use this spread with all tarot cards, that's fine. Yeah, that can be done. But I find that this little mixture of the very deep insights of the tarot and the very precise and practical insights of the Lenormand sort of gel really well together. Okay, so now let's just sort of get into this. This is a general reading example that I'm going to be doing here in front of you today. So it's not a very specific topic, although the central cards will highlight some of the core issues, right? Or issues, whatever it may be, might be highlighted here in this central card. But by and large, this is a general reading. So the environment cards are there. They talk about what's going on in the overall big picture environment around the client. Okay, so in our example, there's the 10 of Cups here, right? So there's a happy family scene here, if you can see, right? This is a very cute happy family scene. So this is a family man. You can also see that here with the Emperor. This is a person who really likes to be with his family, who likes to be the provider of the family. This is someone who likes to sort of be in charge of all the situations surrounding the family. But then right now we have him being the Knight of Cups reversed. Right, let's look at this image upright for a minute just so we get our bearings. Right, this is a Knight of Cups, and in this deck, most of the, if I remember correctly, all the knights are kind of looking back and going forward. And the Knight of Cups is usually someone who likes to take his emotions into account or into the picture before he sort of does anything, because knights are doers. And in the reverse, however, this card is saying that his emotions are all over the place. And again, we see the connection with the emotions, another Cups card here. So we have the Emperor, who's trying to be very rational, very logical, maybe about family situation. However, his emotions are not necessarily in his control. They're kind of out of the place. So there is something that has upset him there probably, and it has got to do with his family situation and his his overall approach about how to handle or tackle the family situation. See, these cards are, they literally lay down the foundation because the environment does tell a story. And so I like to always look at these cards from the top and the bottom of the deck to get an idea of what's going on in the big picture, right? Now, let's now look at this spread. Let me just tell you how, there's multiple ways of looking at this spread. Okay. uh, Straight up, this becomes the past, this is the present, and this is the future. If you want to do a past, present, future, we look at all these three cards in this one, I think, row. Yeah, all these three cards, no, this is a column. One column here, right, will in combination or together will become the past. This will become the present, the center column, and the rightmost column becomes the future. Okay. But that's not where this spread ends. This is kind of just the beginning. We also know this is the core issue or the central issue. That's fine. Now, if you're looking at this, even within the extent of a general reading, if this is a core issue, then this diagonal 1, 2, 3 here, and this diagonal here, right? The X will talk about what is indirectly influencing the situation. Okay, then the cross right in the center here, we'll talk about what is the direct impact of this situation. Okay, then if we what else? Yeah, I like to start actually with the four corners. Okay, these four corner cards, I like to look at them because to me, if you see, every structure has four corners on which it stands. So if you're looking at this as a general reading, so the past, present, future can be summarized really in a way, or rather the four corners of this reading can be looked at. Okay, I also look at this last card as some sort of an outcome or answer card, if it comes to that, or at least, if it's a good card, which most tarot cards usually are. It's like kind of like all's well that ends well. We kind of know how the story ends. So yeah, four corners, the central core issue, past, present, future, indirect influences, and the direct impact. And after all of this, 1, 2, 3, 4, and back here, that is the summation or summary. Now, this is how, if you really want to get into the spread, you can start reading this spread in this manner. But once you get the hang of it, you can actually just look at the four corner cards, look at the central core card, and the diamond here with the summary, and that kind of pretty much, you'll get the story there, you'll get the gist there. Also, now, if you're going to use this spread to do readings about a specific topic, okay, you might not want to look at the past, present, future aspect of this reading, because you might not look at this aspect unless that topic requires you to look at what happened in the past, what's happening now, and what may happen in the future. Okay, if you're just looking at the topic aspect of it, then you just look at the indirect influences and the direct impact. But then you can also look at what is above the situation, what's going on with the situation, and what is sort of below in the situation, what's being sort of underlying the situation, kind of a thing. So you can look at these angles as well. So as I said, since this is a 3x3 grid, you can look at various things within the story to get an idea of what's going on. But over time, you'll realize it's the corner cards, the central card, and the diamond, the summary, that kind of wraps it up very nicely. Otherwise you're just always kind of repeating the information from various perspectives and points of view. So that might reveal something interesting if it does go with it. Otherwise, you can summarize it like that. Okay, so now with our example, right, we have a person who is very, very responsible, or who likes to take care of his family situations, but he is worried. This emperor does look very worried, and it is very likely that emotionally there's something that's not right, that's probably upsetting him, and it's probably concerning a family situation. So that is the big picture or the core environment of this example reading. This is a general reading that we're doing. So let's open up the four corner cards here Two of Swords reversed, there's no choice. Then the Hanged Man is a stuck position. Judgment reversed. There's a problem, there's an old problem which is not being resolved yet. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles reversed. Now this is a good position for this Knight to come up reverse. The Knight of Pentacles, if you remember your Rider-Waite, is a very sort of static Knight. And even here, if you see the picture, now this is one Knight who's looking forward, right? But again, the horse is probably not moving. It's very similar to your Rider-Waite. The horse is static, right? Because if you look at this Knight in our example, his horse is kind of maybe moving. You can see the legs moving, right? So reverse, this guy is probably going to start moving. Okay, so again, this story and this story is adding up with the Two of Swords reversed. Hang on, see, he's going through some kind of a hard time, unable to make a decision. This person needs to make some sort of choice, but then he's here, he's feeling like he doesn't have a choice. And the Hanged Man precisely puts him right there in a very stuck position. He's trying to see another point of view. He's trying to come up with answers. He's trying to see it from a different perspective. Okay? But then Judgment. This has been something that's been going on for a long time. See? This is the story with the Judgment card in a very, very general reading like that, is that this Judgment talks about an end of a really big karmic cycle on that level. But reverse, it's been going on. Maybe there is a solution. If you notice these the horns that are being blown here by the angels, if you notice that, maybe there is an answer. Maybe there is an intuitive answer that you already know, but that's probably hard to implement. But then somewhere a practical solution might appear, or there might be because this is a Pentacles Knight and he's a doer and he's very practical. So now let's look at the central card here and the core issue. Fool. See, Fool is all about beginnings. Fool is all about taking chances, taking a risk, taking that leap. So this is your core issue. There's something new that's kind of been on this guy's mind. There's something new that he wants to go right ahead and start. He feels that he doesn't have a choice. He or she does not have a choice about this situation, and they find themselves in a stuck position because of whatever the whole situation is. It's a risky situation. This is something that they really deeply they want to do. You see this? They really deeply want to do it, but it's a risk that they wonder if they should take it, right? They want to see all the points of view before they take it, and then a practical solution might appear. Now, the central Lenormand card right here, see, is the Mice. Now, the Mice is all about worries, and Mice is all about something being taken away or stolen away. This is what Mice do, right? They cause anxiety, they cause worry, and they nibble away at things, they take things away. So this is what Mice is all about. So this worry, whatever this new start is, the client is worried that it might just, he's anxious, and he's worried that whatever it is that he wants to do might just be taken away from him, or whatever he wants to go after might be taken away from him somehow, somewhere. Okay, so it's a lot of worry and it's a lot of anxiety that is causing this man to just not move, although that's his core desire. Okay, now let's see Scythe, Choices, Bear, and Letter. Okay, wow. Okay, now let's see the fun part. We have the past. All right, no choices. There's a feeling that there is no choice, but then we have the Choices card here and the Hanged Man card, right? So if I were to read this in a mixture of Tarot and Lenormand, right? Although this person feels that there is no choice, there are some choices, some options still available to him. And so he's now, although he finds himself in a stuck position, he's trying to see other points of view. He's really trying to explore, what choices were there which are probably hidden or obscured from him. Okay. In the present, we have the scythe, then we have fool and mice, and the bear, right? So something that ended a long time ago, and it sort of took away a lot of, the joy actually. Now, the Fool card can also talk about someone who is a very happy-go-lucky person and who likes to sort of jump right into things and do things spontaneously. So whatever happened, whatever ended in the past, took away his spontaneity and made him a grumpy bear. Literally made this person a grumpy bear, made this person a little overbearing sometimes, because some people, after going through difficult times, become a little hard to deal with. And this is what this bear can be, someone who is very, very hard to deal with in various situations. Now, in the future, right, if you see this, there's the future part. Some sort of solutions might pop into this person's head, but it's like this worry, this anxiety, this cycle just keeps continuing. He's not letting it go, and he's trying to communicate. He's trying to find some kind of practical documentary, because letter is all about documents, letter is all about communication. So this, he's trying to figure out some kind, like as I said, a very practical answer. So this person might try to do something in letter wise, information wise, communication wise, or he might like, now if I have to see this here as a communication, so he might try to find some information or documentation to help support his progress and find some kind of a practical solution to his anxieties and his worries. So now this is all about his family, right? And this is a family situation, right? Now if you want to find out a little bit more about this, okay, let's look at the what's on top. We have Two of Swords reversed, Scythe, and Judgment card. So something happened, something really ended in his life, some relationship perhaps, that just where he didn't have a choice and he had to end it, but then somewhere he's unable to completely let it go. Okay. But he knows, though, right now the situation is that he's aware, he has options, he has choices in front of him, in a way that he can be happy-go-lucky and just move on. But he, on the other hand, is choosing to worry and be anxious, and he's looking to find some kind of evidence perhaps. Now that's my intuition speaking. He's looking to find some kind of evidence or documentary proof to sort of make his point. Really, it give him the footing to stand on, because what is below him is that he is actually in a place where he can't do anything. He is in a stuck position, but he is a little bit of a bully, and he is not necessarily open to understanding. He's being burly, he's being surly, that's the word. He's being an ass and he's not going to listen until he finds something real and tangible. Now the thing is, with this card being reversed in this situation, the likelihood of that tangible thing being actually useful is not that great. So whatever happened in the past, whatever hurt he went through, whatever he has thought that he's had to let go, maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's a situation, whatever it was in the past, he's trying to find some kind of proof here, some kind of very documented or some kind of very tangible proof that, look, this nonsense happened to me and I suffered because of it. He's kind of maybe in a pity party. That's kind of what I'm seeing here. Okay. If I were to summarize, look at the direct impact, or sorry, let's look at the indirect story here. We have Two of Swords reverse, Fool, Mice, and Knight of Pentacles, right? When the no choices, the happy-go-lucky energy being stolen or taken away, he's looking for something practical, which is maybe not going to happen. Yeah, being in the stuck position due to the happy-go-lucky energy being taken away from him, he's still caught up in that whole cycle, that whole loop. This is a person who's having a pity party about some situation that happened in his family, and he's not ready to deal with it. He's being a bully, he's being an arse, and he's trying really hard to find some kind of paperwork or document or communication which will prove his point, and which will make him stand up there and say, yes, I went through all this, and so please everybody pity me. uh wow, okay, this is an intense spread that comes up like that. And so if I were to summarize this again, we have scythe, choices, bear, letter, scythe. So whatever ended, the ending did leave him with options, but he chose to be a bear about it. And now he's trying really hard to find, as I said, the documentary proof, the communications, the letters maybe, but then it's not going to end well for him. Why? Because whatever is gone and whatever has been taken away is gone. It's not going to come back. Never. Wow. Okay. This was one harsh story. It wasn't necessarily a very happy-go-lucky flowers and hearts kind of a story. But see, general readings are often like that. Sometimes it's very unexpected. So here's how you would use this spread to do a general reading. Now I'm seeing that this is recording has already been like over 20 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one more example, okay, and in that I'm going to use this very same spread to do not a general reading, but focus on a specific issue and do that reading. Okay, so I'm going to put it in another video. All right, but meanwhile, you can see how this spread sort of becomes really something very useful, something very tangible that while providing insights from a very tarot energy, very tarot point of view, this spread also gives a lot of practical angles to the story. And so you can practice this spread, and instead of using your Lenormand cards, you could also bring in your tarot cards, use this spread in a tarot way, and do this spread for general readings as well. But I like the tarot and Lenormand combination. Give the spread a shot and write to me. Let me know what you think. But I mean, even if you're a tarot plus Lenormand reader like me, try this spread out. Let me know. If you just want to use tarot cards, let me know. If you want to use just Lenormand cards, hey, I'm all for it. Let me know. Talk to me about your experience using this spread for your clients' general reading. I will really be very keen on hearing your thoughts about this spread. All right, I will now go make the other video, and I will see you soon. And in the meantime, stay good, be good, and play with your cards.